Right? Can I interest you today in a fine Highland Scotch? What if I told you it was aged in sherry casks? And not just any old sherry cask, the finest Oloroso sherry cask. Or maybe you like Pedro Jimenez sherry. No problem. We got that. What? You want both? You drive a hard bargain. I got that. A fine Highland Scotch matured in Pedro Jimenez sherry casks and Oloroso sherry casks. How's that sound? Still need more? All right. What if I say it's been aged 10 years? You need more than that? Fine. How about if I give you 20 years aged in the finest? Forget that. I'm going to give you 21 years of aging minimum. How's that sound for you? We got a deal? Fantastic. Let's do this. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. I'm Kevin, and thanks for taking the deal because I really want to open this bottle and taste this lovely 21-year-old Highland single malt Scotch whiskey, the GlenDronach Parliament. Now this, as I said in the opening, is aged 21 years. It is two types of sherry casks, Oloroso sherry and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. And then it's blended together to give you this final product. Now, 21 years in the bottle means minimum age. So there are potentially older casks in this bottle. 21 years is really a good age for a bottle. I'm gonna open this early before I chat anymore because the commentary is you should let it rest for 1 minute for every year of age on the bottle. I am not gonna let this rest for 21 minutes. There's no way I can be that patient, but I will pour this and give it some time while we chat about this lovely dram. Wow, even just pouring that whiskey, I'm getting some lovely scents off this glass, and I'm not even close to it yet. This is exciting, and I love the color. Look at that color. Oh, that's gorgeous. You can tell it has age, and you can tell that it has sherry casking. All right, I'll resist nosing and tasting just yet. The GlenDronach Distillery produced this Parliament, aged 21 years, and bottled it at 48% alcohol, which is a really nice alcohol level. For 21 years, sometimes you get bottlings that are lower at the 43%, rarely above 46%. And considering that I bought this bottle back in February, I had a little discount at Total Wine, got it for $180. It normally runs there around $200. And online, I think I saw it for more like $235. You may be able to get it on Flavor or some other places for a decent around $200 price. And I don't think $200 or $230 or $250 even is a lot to pay for a 21-year-old Highland Scotch that has sherry casking and is also 48% ABV. These are all natural colors, which means that what you see in the bottle hasn't been artificially tainted with any colors. It is from age and from the sherry casks, the two types of sherry casks. And non-chill filtered means that you're getting all the flavors that come through from the casking. At 48%, you really don't need to chill filter anyway. 46% or below, you may get a little cloudiness, especially if you add ice to a whiskey. 48% really shouldn't matter, and there's no reason at all to chill filter a whiskey like this. Now, the GlenDronach Distillery has been around for a long time. It was started by James Allardyce, and 1826 is the date that the distillery officially started. It is the second distillery to be licensed as a distillery in Scotland, which means that it probably was producing whiskey before that. It just wasn't officially legal. So they have had their times of trouble, just like any other distillery that had to weather the 1980s, 1990s when whiskey wasn't cool. They struggled a bit, but they persevered, and we have some lovely older whiskeys because of their ability to push forward through those times. They have some really lovely equipment, copper mash tun, they have copper pot stills, they have the traditional methods of distilling and producing whiskey. This is a well-established and well-run distillery, and their quality of their product is what keeps them around. I have not had enough GlenDronach products. I think I might have tasted one or two, but this is my first time tasting this with you, and I'm excited, and I don't think it's been even 10 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this because I can't wait any longer. So much of the flavor from this whiskey is coming from those casks. You'll see a lot of Highland Scotches like Macallan and others using a full life cycle of aging in casks that have held something else, either sherry or wines or another spirit prior to theirs. When you age something this long in sherry casks, you're going to get a lot of the nose and a lot of the palate right from that wood. You can tell this whiskey has depth, it has history, it has plums and apricot sweetness. There's no mistaking this for a non-sherry Highland Scotch. Imagine having to wait 20 plus years to try your product. That blows my mind every time I think about it. You don't know what it's going to taste like for 20 plus years. I don't have the patience to wait 20 minutes for this. Oh, I'm getting deep, rich, chocolatey flavors. I'm getting a little spice. For 48%, it's not really too hot on the tongue. Nice long finish. Again, the sweetness from the sherry, the berries, like a dessert berry, like maybe a dark chocolate dessert that has like a raspberry topping on it that's extra sweet. The more I taste it, the more I'm getting a spiciness to it. That cinnamon is really nice. I'm not talking Fireball here. Don't even talk to me about Fireball. That's not whiskey. I've had this discussion recently with somebody online. Don't ever serve somebody Fireball whiskey. It's not whiskey. It's not whiskey. This is subtle. This is sweetness. This is sherry. This is lovely 21 years plus of aging. And the plums and the darker fruits. I was expecting to get a little bit of raisin, but I'm not getting that. It's more of the sherry tasting, the more of the candied dark fruit. I can see this as just a lovely, I don't know, like a holiday whiskey, like a Christmas whiskey. It just reminds me of Christmas. It reminds me of like a potpourri basket with the cinnamon and the spices. Just the aromas that fill a room that's decorated for the Christmas holidays. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I hate to dilute it, but I think it's worthwhile adding some water to this and see what changes in the flavor. And grab that. Now, as we've talked about, water added after can really open up a whiskey, especially if it's an oily whiskey. The water is going to push those oils to the surface, and you're going to notice right away that there's a change. Wow. The water really ramps up the spices. Wood spice, cinnamon, more tannins. Still nice long finish. Kind of left with that dark chocolate flavor, that candied fruit flavor. I keep coming back to raspberries, more of the red fruits. If you want to add a little spice to your whiskey, this GlenDronach with a little bit of water added to it really ramps that up. It's amazing how much intensity there is. Just that little bit of change. Personally, I think I'll take this one at its full 48% ABV. I think that's very nice at that level. There's a nice balance of the spice and the fruitiness. Now, can you get this whiskey? Yes, you can. What your price will be, I don't know. Around me, like I said, it's around the $200 mark. And I think that's well worth it. A 21-year-old, no color added, non-chill filter, 48% ABV, Highland Scotch is well worth that kind of money. I would highly recommend GlenDronach if you like sherry finish, if you like that flavor profile. It's much different than a Macallan, so much sherry finish here. Maybe there's a little more to discover too if you take the advice of the experts and say, let it sit 20 minutes. Maybe after I finish this, I'll pour another glass and see if I can hold out for 21 minutes and try it after that. I really don't think I can. Well, I am thrilled with this one. I'm so glad I bought it. Thank you for watching this video. If it was entertaining or if it was informative, give me a like. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here and you're doing a great job with it. You know, if you have any comments on the GlenDronach, I'd love to hear them. And until the next video, thank you for watching and cheers.